Hello, I am Sarah Millican and welcome to episode 38 of How to Be Champion Storytime. Thanks ever so much for watching these and thank you so much for all of your lovely comments as well. We are in the middle. I feel like we should get moving because there might be some people, because we're in the middle of the chapter about excellent breakup tips, there might be some people who are in the middle of a breakup who are like, just get on with it, we need the tips, we need them now. So I'm going to move straight on. We're up to number 8 of the 13 excellent breakup tips. Number 8, accept the decision. The single best thing I did at the end of that relationship. Stop asking why. Why? Why? I emailed him a few times after we'd moved out of our flat when the divorce was going through and asked why. He'd never really given me an answer. This time he did. I don't remember what it was. Bless my brain for shitting out the tougher stuff. But while it wasn't nice to hear, I felt like I'd drawn a massive line under the whole thing and I could crack on with the rest of my life. Number 9, be proactive. I divorced him. I pushed us to sell the flat. I got a part-time job to add to my full-time job. Do stuff. Stop letting stuff happen to you. Number 10, realise you can do anything now. You totally can. No matter how good that relationship was, you still had to run shit past your partner. Just out of decency. Not anymore. Not anymore. You. This period is glorious. Number 11. Only text him or her after the hour delay. Give your brain an hour to catch up with your heart. Brain's in charge for a bit as heart is in pieces. Scattered around your insides. Some of it is wedged between the outer wall and your bowels. Leave it be for a while. Number 12. Seek help and shoulders for crying on from anyone who'll offer. You'll be amazed who wants to help. Let them. Number 13. Get some cocks slash fingers slash tongues inside you. Fanny cock arsehole is still alive and well. Get it some non-emotional attention. Chapter 14. Moving back in with my parents. I walked out of the flat. I'll say that again. I walked out of the only flat I'd ever owned, had a mortgage on, and turned right. We were getting a divorce. It was his decision, but accepting it was one of my better ones. I turned right and he turned left. Not just metaphorically. My parents' home was to the right of our little flat, and his whatever, whoever, who cares was apparently to the left. I walked through a park with a small box of the last of my things and cried all the way. The decision to move back home was an easy one. I couldn't afford and, more importantly, didn't want to live on my own. I knew I needed a few months of cuddles, and who better to fall back on than the cushion of my family, who had loved me for 29 years, not just the paltry 8 the ex-husband had managed. I asked them, and thank God they said yes. So I moved back into the bedroom I'd moved out of 8 years earlier, but wow, had I acquired a lot more shit since then. I've always been a hoarder. Not documentary level, but I did have several years of Empire magazines that I gave to him as I didn't have anywhere to put them. The deal still stands that if he sells them I want half the money. I unpacked and slotted books back on shelves and knickers back in knicker drawers. My dad asked me if I wanted my Philip Schofield posters back down from the loft, and he meant it. I didn't. And no, it wasn't easy. It took a while for us all to adjust. At first, they wanted to know where I was going and when I'd be back. I was a teenager again, though one with the wrong name on her Boots Advantage card and a seemingly always wet face. I intended to stay for a few months, but in the end it was more like 2.5 years. There were times when I felt frustrated and trapped, like a kid again, but not in a plane Guess Who, by myself, saving the world as a woman called Jackie, never really giving a shit about riding a bike, playing all of the songs from The Sound of Music on a recorder, awesome sort of way. More in a help, I want to get out, but what is there out there for me anyway kind of way. But without my family, I would not be doing stand-up now. Without them and a counsellor, to read more on the benefits of counselling, see chapter 18, that's to come, I wouldn't be fixed enough to embark on another relationship and subsequent marriage. But walking through the park that day, I was broken. A small box of tat and a slow walk. My phone rang. I answered it. In a happier time, it seems, I'd put myself on the returns list for Linda Smith's show at the local theatre. A ticket was available, did I want it? The slow legs thought, no, definitely no. These big red eyes and tissue-filled hands aren't ready for being out in public, and definitely not alone. But a tiny spark of my former positive self thought, maybe yes. Maybe it's just what I need, a nice distraction. And wow, I sat alone in a crowd of excited comedy fans. No one knew how my insides hurt. They probably thought my face was always that puffy, or didn't look, or didn't care. And I laughed. Of course I did. It was Linda Smith, the first female comic I'd ever seen live. I walked out and my life was just as shit as when I went in, but I'd had a breather, a release, a bloody good laugh. And now when I think about other jobs I've had and how much more worthy than stand-up comedy they were, getting people into work, helping people find the right benefit, I think of the lift I got from Linda Smith and hope I can do the same for others. And that's the end of episode 38. I do hope you enjoyed it. Tune in again tomorrow. I won't have tidied because I know myself. And isn't it all right if you just know yourself? I know myself. And I will see you tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Have a biscuit. I've just realised I'm starving. Oh, what have we got in? I think we've got some hobnobs. Honestly, I don't know if you're like this, but sometimes it's just meal to meal. That's the most exciting thing that happens all day. Have a good rest of day. I hope we made you smile, and I will see you tomorrow. Look after yourselves, stay in the house, wash your fucking hands. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Hello, it's Sarah Millican here. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Don't forget to like, pop a comment below, and why not stick around to watch a few more? I'm sure those emails or those dishes can wait a bit longer.